Experience is and will always be the best teacher for most, if not all. Born and raised in the informal settlements of Jericho, Corletta Okila is on a mission to give back to the society, especially after having felt the pinch and pains of the hard life.
Uh, I'm born and raised in Jericho, Eastlands, Jericho to be precise. I went to school in Maringo Primary School, a school called Dr. Kraft Primary School. And after that, I went to another school, high school, just around the hood again. It's called Nile Road. Jericho has been a crime-zoned estate. Yeah, when you go somewhere and tell them I'm from Jericho, they're like, okay, where are my bags? Where are my phones? you know, they start being careful and all that because it's an estate with mixed. It's a mixture of people who are working hard and people who are working hard but are not making it, so they find a way of making it. So it might not be the right way, but still, yes. So that's why it's an area of both, but it's a very humble beginning for people. Yeah, there are times you have a meal in a day, the times you don't have a meal, you get, but. The dreams that we had and the dreams that we are still having, they are the ones that kept us going. There's this thing in my ward that if you are from there, then you disappeared, then you come back. There are these people who are nipatie. Like you've made it. So it's like you've made it for us. You've not made it for you. You've made it for us. So ukiendo rudi, uniachie 50 bob, ukiendo rudi, uniachie 100 bob. So the handouts that you have to give every now and then you have to visit, that was the turning point for me. Because I was thinking, my daughter, tomorrow she'll be this age. Yes? And will I expect the same from her, waiting for people to give her handouts? You get? So what can we do to change this? And that's what we are doing. We create small employment. We can tell guys today, you guys, by 8 mkwe hapa, mkuje na vifagio na nini, then we clean up. At the end of the day, they have something to take back home. You get? We can decide tomorrow we are going to visit a children's home somewhere. Whatever you have small, ile yenye uko nayo, bring it. Together we bring it and do something.
Growing up, she says, life was not a smooth sail for her and her family.
I got pregnant at a very young age. I was just from high school. And at that point, I was like, I'm done. Because one, I was a church girl. So I'm in praise and worship. And now I'm pregnant. What am I going to tell my pastor? What am I going to tell my mom? Leave alone even the pastor. My mom. What am I going to tell Mrs. Okila? Where did this come from? You know? But I thank God that I thank God for my parents and from the friends I have. So what I'd say is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you gave birth at 25 or at 16 or at 14. You've messed up, you've messed up. What can we do after messing up? Now it's not just you. It is you and someone else. So it is up to you to make the someone else feel wanted. Yes? Because they usually say the baby listens. Like he or she gets the vibe yenye mama yake anampatia when they're inside. So do you want the baby to come out as a cheerful baby? Do you want the baby to come out broken because already you've told them the way you're not wanted, you came the wrong time? Yes? If that was the case, would Obama be the president?
Despite the struggles, giving is an art she learned from her generous mother.
I'm a very church-going person, like I said. And in my family, my mom was blessed with 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. And sometimes at supper, we are sitting on the dinner table and we're eating, and someone would knock. Mgeni ameingia, hodi, karibu, si tunakula. Do you know what she'd do? She'd bring an extra plate and reduce everyone's food. Aeke mgeni akule. Is it because she has excess? No, it's just the willing heart. And once you know the secret behind giving, you will never stop giving. It's not because you have much. It's not because you have mingi mpaka you're like, zitaribika, let me give them out. No. The Bible says, better the hand that gives than the one that receives.
With the support of well-wishers and her loved ones, Corletta began an initiative termed Pamoja na Corletta, where she gives out food items to the needy in Jericho and other areas.
There's a page called Pamoja na Corletta. So what we are trying to do is get the people who've made it now, people like Mule, he's a big presenter, so we get them to come back and see if they can get someone to mold. Yes, someone that you can, at least we try and show them, yes, you've started from here, but it doesn't mean this is the end. You get? So there is, at least there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, mostly it's well-wishers and friends. Like when Corona started, we distributed food in the whole of Jericho. So we were targeting the widows, the single parents, the orphans, and the elderly. So we visited quite a number of people. So it was just Corletta and friends. So I can come to you and tell you, hey, I have a project, this is what we're doing. And you're like, oh, okay, I think I can do 2 ungas. The other one will tell you, I think I can give you a salt. The other one will bring something else. Then together, that's how we did the food donations. We usually use Nyumba Kumi, the Nyumba Kumi thing that we did. The government did the Nyumba Kumi. So there are chairmen and chairladies who are in those Nyumba Kumis. So they do a list, like, just give us the needy people you have. Then when you get the list, we go to the chief, the nearest chief. Then we vet the lists, because even the chief has the list of the tenants who live around there and their situation. So at least when you go to the chief with it, you go through and you see, like, this one, he's better off. This one, no, not very good. So that's what we do. That is how we vet before we come and visit. So far, so good, because I believe with Corona, if you can even get a shilling that you haven't worked for, someone has just blessed you with it, most of them are very grateful.
Aside from food distribution, she and her supporters also engage in other productive activities.
Me being born and raised there, it gives me access to information. So we were actually just sitting on a normal day, Corona, there's no working from home and all that. So someone came and they were complaining about their neighbor, not even them, the neighbor. Like the neighbor, they're not in a good condition. So we went and visited, led to curiosity. Like, I can carry 1, 2, 3 and go and visit. So when we went there, it wasn't a good picture at all. That's when someone who's struggling, and she had just gotten an injury from her job. It's this casual jobs in the Sol area. So she got an injury. The machine injured her hand. So the hand, the way she was explaining it, it was almost coming off. So now she had to, and she's a single mother of 3. So she had to stay home. She can't work. Corona, the kids need to eat. There's one who's still breastfeeding. So you can imagine, it wasn't a good picture. Then from there, I created a group, a WhatsApp group. So I called my friends, a few friends I invited, I shared the link. So I told them, even if you have a friend who can be interested, just share the link. Let's share and share and share. So that's what we did. And after that, we called through some churches, some well-wishers. Specific, I have a friend called Praveen. He has been a very big help. Yeah, not just to Harambee Ward, but the whole of Nairobi. He can decide today I'm going to Kibera and give food and donate. The next day he'll decide I'll go somewhere else. So I would like to say a special thank you to such people, because at least it shows there are good people in this world.
Having seen the need in her area, Corletta is aspiring for a political seat that will serve as a platform for airing out the pleas of her people.
I am vying for MCA seat in Harambee Ward, that is Buruburu and Jericho. One thing that I'll tell you that we are good at is sports. Harambee Ward is very good at sports, because you look at the primary schools, they're either good in swimming or football or traditional dancing, you get, acrobats, you get. So what I'm planning to do is, we are planning to open what do I call it? Like a platform. I am planning to open a platform for my people to now come and showcase their talent. That way, you can be very good at one, two, three, but now the exposure is what you're lacking. Maybe someone is looking for that person, but they don't know you can do it. In Eastlands, there's no female, like the female leaders are very minimum. You get? In Jericho, we've not had a female leader. Yeah. And what does it say to our girls? We push child empowerment. We push the girl rights. We are trying to show them that the male and female are both equal. But who came out to show them this is what we want? You get? I'm not saying I am better, but what I'm saying is, it's the way. Before they build a road on this road, someone started walking for them to see, there can be a road on this road, right? So that is the point. That is what I'm doing. I am just starting the walk. Someone else might come behind me with more power and more. Thank you, I will agree. And where we can work together, we will work together, as long as we push the same agenda.
Although her initiative has been met with a few challenges, she's set to keep up her good cause.
Joblessness has been our biggest issue, because now, as I was telling you, you get to an office and you mention you're from Jericho, the name has already changed everything. Yes, because now they don't know if they can trust you. One, two, they don't want to gamble with that, because if they trust you and you disappoint them, it's another issue. So we don't get the right we don't get the equal opportunities with people from other estates. You get? So that has been our biggest problem. And number two, I can say it's exposure. We lack exposure. Yes. And that is where now I come from. Because now you see, not most of us, like the people I grew up with, not all of them are where I am right now. You see, with all these things that you're doing, you have to factor in the finance aspect of it.
The society's mentality is that you need to have much in order to give, something that Corletta disagrees with.
The little you have and the little I have, why can't we come and form something out of it? We don't have to earn 100,000 today. We don't have to earn 200,000 by the end of this week. But the little we have, can we try and make it better? I remember when we were growing up, we used to have cleaning up days. So you wake up very early with your broom, yes, and your slippers and your whatever you're wearing, and go and clean Jericho, the whole of Jericho. You come with your mom, your father, all your siblings, and it's a very nice experience. You sweep, you slash, finish, okota takataka. Now that's where the kanjo will come and pick them up. You're done. Go back home. Now for me to do that, I have to pay you. Are you not the one who lives in this house? Are you getting my point? Like, things have changed, and it's not in a good way. What we want to do and what we should do is to kumbuke where we are from, to kumbuke what we used to do for free, to kumbuke, then we now sit down and restructure and think, now what can we do to make sure waste a lot of time, but what can we do from now to make Jericho better? Yes? And like I said, it doesn't have to mean when we start today, tomorrow we are earning sijui how much. The baby steps we are taking, whichever way we are doing, but as long as we are moving, that is what I'm promising my people. My driving force is my daughter, actually. Like I said, we mess up, then what? Yes? So I thank God I realized it's not just me. I messed up, fine, that is me. But I have someone else who I'm molding. And I believe she deserves better, and that is what I work for every day. Yes, I work on being a better mom. I work on being a better friend. I work on her getting the right environment. You get, because I can decide to raise her in Jericho till whatever age. But the point is, will she have the best? Will she go to an interview with someone from Langata and get equal treatment? That is what I'm fighting for. Yes, we didn't get better, but them, they can get better.
As a parting shot, here is what she has to say.
What we say is, we've messed up, we all have at some point in life, but what are you willing to do to move? And the moving doesn't have to be walking. The moving doesn't have to be flying or jumping. You can crawl. The point is you're moving. Yes. So find someone, talk to. Find a church, go talk. There are good churches. There's still good churches in Kenya, other than the ones that you're seeing on social media. There's still good churches. So find someone, a neighbor, a friend, a parent, talk to them. My mom usually say that for someone you admire, he had a dream. That person had a dream, and that dream came from a dreamer. That dreamer was very simple, maybe in a Kashamba boy somewhere. You're lucky you're in Nairobi, you get. So it doesn't matter where you're sleeping, but you have to dream. And the dream has to be so big that it scares you. Yes? The dream has to be big, yenye unaambia mtu anakucheka like, oh my God, you want to be the president? You know, it's funny, yes? So the more they're laughing, the more it's giving you the motivation and everything that you need to fight for it, to go for it. Yeah, there will be a lot of storms on the way, but you have to keep your focus to your dream. When you make it, now remind them, then you will be laughing, not them.